Alright, hey guys, what's up? It's Austin, Bowtie Guy 97 here, and today I'm going to do a how-to video on the Diablo Sport Intune i2 tuner. We're here in my 2004 Chevy Silverado, which I do have tuned. I've had this tuner for going on about a year now, so I figured I can get a pretty good how-to video on how to use it, what all you can tune, and the pros and the cons. So first things first, if you can see in the video why my dash is taken apart. I found out the hard way that if you were going to tune your vehicle with one of these tuners, you need to disconnect any aftermarket stereo, trailer brake controllers, pretty much all your aftermarket accessories, and I'll tell you why. One time, the second time I tried tuning it, the first time this radio was a little broken, so I didn't know, it didn't mess anything up. But the second time I tried to tune this truck, I got in, opened up the tuning menu, which we're going to show here, made my tune and tried to apply it. Halfway through applying, it failed. And, it said try again, tried again, wouldn't work, tried again, wouldn't work. Truck wouldn't start. It had taken away all the information off the computer. So my truck was dead, and I had to take it to a shop. It was in the middle of the weekend. Diablo wasn't open. They couldn't help me. I had to go to a shop. I had to get it, stock tuned back on. I had to pay like $100 to have the stock tune put back on it. The next week, I called Diablo, and sure enough, in the instructions it says you do have to unplug all your aftermarket accessories. And I found out the hard way that they're serious, and you really do have to unplug it because it'll mess up the tuner. So that's why the dash is apart today, because the stereo is unplugged and everything. So we won't have that problem again today. So getting on to the tuner, here's what the tuner looks like. It's almost like a miniature iPod. You got Diablo i2 there on the back, the little tiny touch screen. I guess the little speaker up there, it beeps whenever it gets stuff done. You're going to get, in the box, you're going to get a cord to plug it up to the computer. You're going to get instructions, and you're going to get the OBD2 plug-in. So when you get this cord, you'll see it's almost like an old iPhone charging port. So you plug that in there. You take your OBD2 and bring it on down here, and you plug that on into your vehicle, and the screen's going to light up here. So now we're just waiting on the tuner to start up here. It's going to say detecting installed files. It's going to come up. First thing you're going to get is a yes or no screen. If you're going to agree to the Diablo's terms, yes or no. And of course, if you're going to tune your vehicle, you're going to agree. Then you're going to get 3 blocks. The first screen you're going to get is a block that says Tune Vehicle, the Scan Tool, and the Settings. Now, more than likely you're going to want to just go ahead and click Tune Vehicle. Sorry, you're not supposed to have the vehicle on until it tells you to. I just had it on. So say Tune Vehicle, and it says please ensure the key is in the run position and do not start. So that would be all the way forward, just like you're going to start it, except don't start it. I like to give it a minute to get through all of its process and everything. Once you've done that, click Continue. You're going to get a please wait. It's going to pull everything out of the computer and read and see what you got. Alright, so then you're going to get an Easy Tune, Advanced Tune, or Restore Backup. So in the Easy Tune menu, you've got a 93 octane tune, a 91 octane tune, and an 87 octane tune. These are can tunes made by Diablo, which I believe is partnered with Holly Performance. I think they're actually the ones that helped them make it. I'm not exactly sure. But this is, if you're just starting out, if you just bought it, you want to get the fuel mileage, you want to get a little bit of power increase, you don't want to mess with anything else on the vehicle, I would suggest going with one of these can tunes, because it is possible once you get in, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, to change all the other stuff. You can mess up your vehicle if you don't know what you're doing and you're not careful and you don't read up or get some advice before you do it. So if you were to take one of these can tunes, you would pick whatever fuel you're going to run, 87, 91, 93. So if I was going to run 87, I'd click the 87 octane tune, yes, and it would get you to run through the system, pull the files out, rewrite them, send them back. You turn the key off, you turn it back on, and then bam, you're done. Easy. That's what the majority of people are probably going to do with this tuner, but I'm going to get into a little more depth about modifying all the parameters that this tuner will let you change. So I just clicked on advanced tune. So when you click that advanced tune, you get install standard tune, which would send you back to a can tune, or you've got modify parameters. So if you click the modify parameters, you gotta please wait when you're going to get a list of things you can change. That ranges from changing your wheel size, downshift miles per hour, idle, injector slope, rev limit, shift time, speed limiter, torque management, upshift miles per hour, wide open throttle fuel, wide open throttle shift pressure, wide open throttle spark, upshift RPM. That is what it'll allow me to change on this truck. Some vehicles have less things to change that the tuner can change. Some vehicles have more that the vehicle can change. I know the next generation Silverado I can change even more. But this is just my Silverado. This is the stuff that you can change from this truck. So if I wanted to go in, let's say I wanted to change upshift RPM. I click upshift RPM, and then you pick the gearing. So this is a 4-speed, but it only allows me to change 1 to 2 in normal mode, 1 to 2 in tow haul mode, 2 to 3 in normal, 2 to 3 in tow haul. And then it's got all your RPMs. Whatever it's set at stock, you can decide to lower the RPMs for the shift or raise the RPMs for the shift. Once you do that, you click save at the bottom, go back, move on to the other ones if you're going to change all the other shifts. Or maybe you want to do rev limit, increase, decrease rev limiter. This would say you can increase it. Right now it's set at 0, so that'd be your factory rev limiter. You can bump it up past the rev limiter or decrease it, to keep it from being rev so high. So that's another choice. There's all types of stuff. I mean, shift time, which we did, torque management, speed limiter, wide open fuel. If you want to change any of these, you would just click on them, and then it would give you the options of which gear to change or RPM to change, or whatever. It depends on the parameter you choose. Once you're done with that, you would come back here and click apply tune. So if I change the parameters, I'd go up here. You get 3 options. You got backup only, modify parameters, and apply tune. You're going to want to click apply tune. It's going to say please wait. Now we haven't changed anything, but I'm just going through the process to kind of show y'all how all this works. So don't freak out. Everything's going to disappear from your gauge. Mine says unknown driver, doesn't show any fuel. All the gauges are pegged at 0 right now, and it's just doing its job. Service 4-wheel drive comes up on my truck. I mean, it's going to depend on whatever vehicle you got. It's going to say different stuff. So right now it says riding tune, and you'll get kind of a load bar, and it'll jump on up there. You just wait for it to get to 100%. Do not try to turn something on in the truck. Do not turn the key off. Do not touch the throttle. Do not touch the brake. Don't touch anything. Let it do its thing. You could potentially mess up the tune and do like I did several months ago and lose everything on the computer. So now that it says 100%, everything came back. All my gauges came back to where they were, and it says please turn ignition off. So got the key turned off. But once you've done that, click continue. It says please turn ignition on. Do not start the vehicle. So now that ignition is turned on, I'm just going to give it a second. Okay, I'm going to click continue. The writing tune page is going to come back up. It's going to export the file so it's saved in the tuner, and then there you go, tuning complete. You may unplug and enjoy. So if you could just unplug it at this point, or it says continue to reboot, and if you forgot to do something, go back in, change it. But we're done for now, so I'll just unplug it from the OBD2 port, turn the vehicle off, make sure everything starts up fine. Everything's fine. Now you notice there, when I first started the truck, it kind of had that lag. That's the time it's taken for the computer. You've changed what the computer knew to what you've done to it now. Now, I do not remember exactly what Diablo said. I think it's like idle for a certain amount of time. You know, put an X amount of miles on it. But you got to give the computer time to relearn. If you bumped up air, fuel, any type, if you mess with any type of exhaust, active fuel management, like cylinder deactivation on the newer ones. So you're gonna have to give time for that computer to catch up. And once you've done that, you're good to go. You know, like you said, you unplug it, put it back in the box, put it back in your house. You're ready to go and go out and enjoy it. Pros and cons, I guess, of this tuner. Pros, you do get power increase, or at least I did. I did feel a power increase. Fuel economy, I did gain fuel economy, about 1 mile per gallon. Cons, definitely the con of having to unplug all your aftermarket accessories. So the radio, that's a pain in the butt. You know, rip the dash out, take the stereo out, unplug it. Once you're done, now I got to go back in, plug it back in, and put everything back together. That really sucks. So that's one con. And if you don't do that, like I said, you could potentially fail the tune and then lose everything on your computer, and then your SOL. But that's really the only negative I could find to it. Do note that if you get a brand new vehicle that's under warranty and you do tune the vehicle, you could potentially be voiding your warranty. So please know that, please remember that. And also know that if you change something, if you need to read up on it. You can tune something, you can tune a vehicle and potentially harm it or blow it up. So you need to know what you're changing and know a little bit of information about it before you just go in and start changing stuff. Now, there are guys out there that you can pay that'll take your data logs and make you one. I know like Diablo Tunes is one of them, especially in the Silverado world. I know he's really good for doing these 5.3s. And there's some other guys out there that do it. They're trusted people. If you don't want to use the can tune and you want something more specific, and you don't have the confidence to change it yourself, find them and get them to make you one, and I know they'll make you a good one. So that's everything I got for today's video. I want to make some other reviews on some other stuff here on the truck. I got some other car reviews coming up. So please subscribe and have a nice day.